In this video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to improve your win percentage in every game mode in NBA 2K25. So like I said, we are gonna go game mode by game mode, and we are gonna start with the 1v1 court. So all you're gonna do is make a post score. Nah, I'm just messing around. On a serious note though, post scores are not really that OP in terms of the 1v1 court this year, so you guys will be okay. Some things that you need to know is, number one, you need to have a build with interior. The way 1v1 courts work is you could be a point guard playing against a center, okay? It's not like position locked, which is unfortunate. So you're gonna have to have a little bit of everything. You're gonna wanna be on a build that is 6'6" or taller. You are gonna wanna have some interior, have some perimeter defense, and then everything else becomes a choice for you at that point. You can make middies every single time you shoot them if you time it right. So what I would recommend you guys doing is farming your green machine early by shooting mid ranges and then working back to the 3-point line, okay? As you guys can see in my gameplay, I'm out here just shooting threes, but I'm more so playing the 1v1 court to lab, okay? You can obviously make tougher shots, you can make tougher greens, but the middies like that are going to be the easiest way to score. And they actually have a 100% pure green window. And if you didn't know that, sub to the channel because you're gonna learn a lot more, not only with this video, but with all the videos on the channel. Now let's talk 2v2, which is currently my favorite game mode in NBA 2K25, solely for the fact that you get games done so quickly. Now I'm gonna go ahead and walk you guys through, number one, let's start with the builds, okay? You guys need to know what builds you should be playing on in order to win on the 2v2 court. So number one, you are going to need a guard. Now, I would not recommend coming out here with one of those 5'9" players that you guys think are gonna be viable. No, I would not recommend going lower than 6'3" on the 2 score. Anywhere from 6'3" to 6'8" for the point guard build, and then anywhere from 6'7" to, if you're really feeling frisky, a 7-footer. Now you can get away with playing with like a 6'8" guard and then also having a lockdown on the court where you're switching everything. But again, you have to factor it in. It's kind of based on your point guard. Depending on what the point guard is running is how I would suggest making the build. Now, as you guys saw in my build video earlier, I have 95 perimeter defense, so I am kind of the lock on the team. But in 2v2 gameplay, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I play based on not only me looking for my own shots, but also allowing my center to create looks for me. So look, he gets the rebound and I'm using off-ball movement to make easier shots for myself. The reason that I do this and it leads to more wins is my stamina is typically always as high as it can be. As I talked about in my shooting secrets video, the lower your stamina gets, the more your shot timing changes and the more your green window shrinks. And that's not to say that you can't make a tougher shot like that right there, but it is going to be harder to do. So allow your center to sometimes create plays for you. I also, you're not gonna see it a lot in this gameplay, but will throw the slip when it is available. When teams are playing really high on me, which tends to happen a lot after I make my first 2 or 3 shots, I will throw the slip to make them respect him as a scoring option. I would usually recommend people to play with a shooting center because unless you are like me and you just wanna fade middies and take threes the whole game, it is gonna be hard to create with an inside center. But yeah, all you are going to do is focus on making easy catch and shoot shots off rip and then expanding your game. So as you guys can see, we start with a steal and boom, I'm knocking down a shot because it's an easy catch and shoot one. Another thing that you guys probably didn't know is that fadeaway shots have the same green window as the standstill shots, especially in the mid-range. So get that fading midi in your bag. If you guys have watched any of this gameplay or you watch my streams in general, I shoot a ton of fading mid-range shots because again, they are hardest to guard and they have the same green window. So keep in mind, again, this is a make it take it game mode. So you don't want to shoot a lot of crazy 50-50 shots. You want to take smart, easy shots off working the PNR with your center and making it count. So look, going into 3v3, which in my opinion, if you guys are looking to increase your win percentage, this is the easiest way to do it, okay? 3v3 is the easiest mode in the game, okay? 3v3 is a very simple mode solely for the fact that it is not make it take it, okay? When in a game mode that's not make it take it, you can make a little bit more mistakes and still find a way to win. So let me go ahead and put you guys on the meta lineup to start. Obviously, you are going to want to have a point guard. In this situation, unless you are a 6'6" or 6'8" ISO player, I would not recommend having a build over 6'6", playing the point guard role, okay? So look, I would recommend anywhere, again, this is where these 5'9" start getting viable. I would recommend anywhere 5'9" to 6'6" for the point guard height. You are obviously going to need a pure lockdown on the court and then some form of center. I prefer to play with insides, but a lot of people are gonna like the popping centers because it allows for more offensive movements. I would recommend for the point guards that you are playing on a 6'3" or under build solely for the fact that it is easier to 3 hunt with. And on the 3v3 court, you have to get your 3s up, okay? I'm not saying that you should force. You're gonna take the 2s when the defense allows it. But usually the team that is gonna win in 3v3 is either the team that gets the easiest fast breaks like you're currently watching from us, or the team that is going to make the most 3s. Now, in this gameplay, we are doing a lot of fast breaks. Now, keep in mind, this is very, very early NBA 2K25 gameplay, so you're gonna see a lot more misses than you would normally see now. However, as you can see, we are dominating the paint and we are getting our 3-point shots up. This is just the easiest game mode. Like, there's really no other way to put it. And I think it's the fact that you can't really lose to anything RNG. Like, if you're playing the 2s and somebody hits like a BS white, or they make a heavy contested layup on you or something, you can lose a game off that. You cannot really lose a game in 3v3 off of one play because, again, it's not make it take it. The make it take it game modes become a little bit harder. But yeah, you basically just want to find an advantage. So in this gameplay, obviously, nobody was a great shooter at the time. So we had Dario on a slasher build. And what that allowed is that allowed him to get more rebounds, and that allowed us to attack the mismatch. So not only could he slash and get buckets, but him being on a bigger slasher was allowing us to have another offensive weapon. So you need to get your 2 people that you're going to run it up with and curate builds in order to win together, okay? You want to make builds based on how your team is going to play. And if you don't have a team to play with, make sure you write in the comment section or come to the stream, guys, because a lot of people find teammates off doing that. Now for 5v5 gameplay, guys, this is where it becomes the most complex and hardest to break down. You are going to need a point guard, 6'3" or under, a shooting guard between 6'3" and 6'7", a pure lockdown, okay? Somebody that can absolutely lock up, a power forward build. So this is going to be a back end that has high steal, high interior, basically just an overall good defensive build. And then you are going to need either an inside or an outside center. Personally, I had always used inside centers until I played with Black Market, but because we are running 5 out, we are using an outside center. So there is no wrong answer. That becomes more of a personal preference based on the matchups thing. But look, the game is going to boil down to, especially early in 2K, always early, it boils down to fast breaks. The team that gets more stops and scores more on the fast breaks are going to win the game. Now, obviously, you can't just score on fast breaks. You are going to need a half-court offense too. And again, this is where you are either going to play a pick and roll style or you are going to play a 5-out style. Now, if you're trying to figure out which style you should play, okay? If you are more of an ISO guy, let's say you're playing 2s and 3s and you're usually having most of your teammates spot up for you and you're usually just working without a screen, then you should consider running 5 out. But if you are more of a traditional guard, you're running PNR, you're working, you're 3 hunting, I would recommend for you guys to run pick and roll. Obviously, there's no wrong answers. Some people will even play with centers, like they'll use a post score and try to play through that. But 5 out and pick and roll are currently and have been the most effective ways to win in Pro-Am. Obviously, again, like I said, the game is extremely going to come down to who can run the fast break the best. As you guys see, majority of these clips are them missing shots and we're getting out on the fast break. So if they missed a shot, I'm running to my spot and I'm going and putting 2 points on the board. The team that is going to score in transition the most is the team that is going to win the game. I cannot stress that enough. The game comes down to breaks. Breaks are free points. Obviously, you need to score in the half court as well to limit their break points, but you got to take the break points when you can get them. They are legitimately free. I play 5v5, 2v2, and 3v3 every night live on stream, and if I didn't answer a question that you guys have, you should come through to the stream and ask, because I can get a lot more in detail on any of these things. But like I said, focus mostly on having the right archetypes. That is going to take your team to the promised land. Now, I did not forget about my quick match people. I got y'all, because again, not everybody that watches this channel is going to be a park player. Some people are quick match players. So look, number one, in order to be a good quick match player, you are going to need to know the good defensive setting. You cannot leave your coach settings on auto, okay? A lot of y'all will load up quick match and you'll just get into the game and you'll say, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone. You cannot do that. You need to go in the coaching settings and make your adjustments. And again, everybody's settings are a little bit different. They need to be catered to your play style. But for me personally, I have always put my on ball on tight and my off ball on tight because I play user defense. I like to play user defense. So again, I usually like to do it like that. And I will also do my screens to switch all. I usually switch every screen. It just makes it a little bit better on the AI because again, if you guys play quick match, you know, the AI can get a little stupid sometimes, and there's nothing worse than losing a game because your AI is out of line. You're just gonna wanna pick one of the meta teams and typically just run 5 out and call for a screen. That's really all it's gonna take. There are obviously quick hitter plays that you can run on YouTube to get a free bucket or two, but you're not gonna sit here and be, Coach Popovich calling a play every single time. That is not how you win in quick match. In quick match, you are going to win a game based on your defense. You need to strap up your boots, lock in, and play good defense. That is really what the game boils down to. And again, you also wanna pick a team and stick with it, because unlike my career, you have to know everybody's shot timing. So in order to win games, you're gonna have to make your shots. And if you're constantly switching your teams and having to learn new jumpers, you're gonna struggle in that regard. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Appreciate the watch. And as always, your boy Choc. Stay tuned for more, and I'm out. Peace.